ene eye fiada aya ho mombo so me ne de to so aduonu baako e wa fempino ni aduonu enan mu ye de chore mpo yankopon ase so de nda fiade so acha me ne wo a yada so atin komaboje edi afu sane tachrama eda abodwe ho ase danko a ena ye de mane sanse onka ye ho a e ka me ne wo ende kayente ase eni tiri bibie mu no fa aseda fama onyame anapɛ sema ya aboboa no e wo man mu amamsemufuo nya abotre asono so kroje edi amame no e na anopɛ mba kenkan edi amosa anopɛ no nsia kase a edi kan e wo property day break show so na nsam no mesro de ebedi mu akoti ebi enie asoaye omuhwe ndwuma so e wo man mu apa eye dwumadi a ya to ne di World Day Against Child Labor ho entuma na nsam bebre na ekọ so e wo hono eno e wo nsami mu a medi ni nkyeremu ede baba ede abesomo sa esoso na eye impetem aban soafo mechira local government minister abo apro ekepie mu ewo eye northern mantemu eye project ekọ so hono odeni akogbo akohoma hono akohwe sane a enwama ekọ ewo hono sa esoso na compact conventional omode hyehyɛ so no panyina ne di ede Dr. Kingsley Amoako ede nsɛm bia betudwa efa yesikasamo ewo man mu ensam afoforo bi kawei ho ɛna no pe magye peni amede ensomo sɛ anapa no nsia kase ewo property TV so mi amedi kase ho chiame edi amegye so aye efia inshira asedari nia no mede so aye logic phones omo ɛna ebo mechi domo anepe meso metumi edi kase ede so mo wa utifie no so wunye bi ehwe san ye bi etie sane anwama ekọ ewo man mu ansa na mekwa kase ne nkyeremu no mesra wa mamintwa me hosema emra Meshan samna se ade amawa ebe wo nkampumpuni mantem he ya Jamestown na eye ejumaye aso eye meche employment ministry omo ekapa ejumadi ayato ne din World Day Against Child Labor hontuma omo de sempe for se eye bambo a anase eye mra ede hono mo ebeta nkwala omo wo man mu no emra so so mba miamu yie pensan sesania amanfo binum etete nkwala de omofa kwan bɔno so no ano ohyiye pa ehu benya sa akwara bi owo man mu ebeye nhumasua anaso obenye suku akọ na achi wenyini abeye penyipa sense ade ache omo de omo ekọ efuomu afesu na omo de omo ekopo so emamu ka chinam na ano onya ye pa ntipefo ehwe na omo form nan ensifom emfa ho.
The reason being that the traditional authority, and especially when I listened to your resume, I concluded that you are the best link between our ways of doing things traditionally and then also our modernized ways of doing things. Because by being a chief, you understand the customs of your people and the traits of your people, but also taking advantage of formal education that you have had. You also understand where we want to go and how we can also be competitive in the future of world of work that we are all looking up to. We want you to lead the charge by asking your people to make education a must for every child within this community.
The theme for this year, let's act on our commitment, end child labor, is a call to action. It is a reminder that our promises must translate into tangible actions and measurable outcomes. We must go beyond words and pledge to implement effective policies, strengthen enforcement mechanisms, and support the most vulnerable amongst us. I see this as an opportunity to reaffirm the government commitment to end child labor and to inspire others to join us in this noble cause. As leaders, stakeholders in our communities, we must work together to create a future where every child can thrive and reach his or her full potential.
wa ko lege wo manye no de neighbor na ni na Akufo-Addo. Everybody needs to be educated. No get free SHS ba. Koni wo use leke opportunity na one ane. Ni wo bi e bonita flat e wo peli bi agbo tele ame. No ne sa na etuo. No ne sa ni efio. Just because we tie a school fees ni Igbaya school. No about that Ghana she J man friend my no the opportunity ne. One wo mami my layer. Okay, BKB afi BKB ni school aka me here. Ni no dan ba afi ame wo se go afi ojogba.
Metwa so awo insamfu from ayem petem aban so afo mechere local government minister Yera Daniel Kwekubotwe ekepiemu ewo etifido mantemu sania enwama esi ekwo ho no anase project anase putujuma impemfo aye ho no mrokobo nani akohoma ho no ma okosho sania enwama esi ekwo.
We have seen to be okay. Them according to law, there will be no excuses to it. And a case an example is what I just mentioned about the street. If the contractor doesn't deliver, so be it. You know, before you even talk of the contractor, there are other people who are supposed to be on the project, the consultants, the other engineers. And so it's a whole chain, and you need answers to why it hasn't. What we can say is that as a ministry, we can say these situations are not arising out of us. Once we give you the contract, you have enough resources, you must deliver. And so those that have failed to deliver, if at the expiration period, you've done just about 30% of it, you obviously do not have any commitment to continue. And so we'll terminate them in accordance with law, and as soon as possible, get them awarded to other people who can perform. Under the contract, there are clauses which enjoins you to deliver. If you fail to deliver, right away, there can be no further excuses. These projects are time-bound, and they are strategically financed by the World Bank to achieve them in a record time for the benefit of the communities. And so any further delay of these projects becomes a problem to the communities. They've been selected according to the prioritized needs of those communities. If you look behind us, this chip compound is going to serve virtually all the adjoining communities here. And if you delay on this project, it affects their access to healthcare. And so if you know what goes into the selection of these projects, you just cannot fail. And we've made sure that there is resources for it. You have absolutely no excuse not to deliver on it when you assess it.
Dr. Kingsley Amoako Ghanaian economist na say afe former minister of state na wo compact convention jumedie ase ena oditu edwasa wo ba Ghana oman mu atenia yisikasam aya no senia economy na aya no Ghana eni bibia obetumi akase ogina so e de asakra enyama mu awo man mu enu ntino wo ba yisikasam mu ene eye economy no emu a Ghana sisia no ya toba ha ye ni bibia ye beka se ye betumi agina so e de asesa nwama ewo man mu.
My former asset, African Center for Economic Transformation, in 2008. Me fi Addis Ababa from Economic Commission by and from because me share Africa, I've been for 50 years. 50 years. We started World Bank. And I'm a Economic Commission for 10 years. Nambaha. So my home Africa, I any development over the years. Most of them so I did back into Nieman Koyen say your structure of the economy being grow, being change. Ocean Nema, your exporter, cocoa, Winuana. Interview for export diversification. I see it may export other things. Say prices fall near Huachi. We should begin to say technology is so important. Be from productivity. How much do you go out of something? So there are specific things I see here. Into the by a friend index. I share how countries are doing over the last 20 years on exports, on production, on your friend and productivity, on technology. So you look at 30 African countries over the last 20 years to see how overall no Africa the score is 0 to 100. 100 the highest. The average, for Africa is 30. So in Africa, we are not a high transformer. So into that, there are a lot of things we need to do. With agriculture, say, we have a lot of land. Small scale, we have to go commercial farming. Or we have to, even to get land, how can you get commercial land tenure system? No, so there are some major constraints. That's what we mean that there's a transformation here.
Metwaso ewo nsefufuro mu a wokọ eye gomu ayeyano ewo mfimfini mantemu a nananom ahyankafo ne amanfo mu honom ebo omu kanebra hyebedwani abaso yie pani nua ne se omu kwan a first na huntuma ageso ekwan na enya no bra hyebedwani abahonom a wahya ase esiesie kwan no ade amomo ene ntira amanfo mu honom ahyankafo ene nananom no omu ani age no huye pa
honorable Kojasme in about wa
abemo ona bugo jasmeni ma fere ma kwedire ma bona bado papa de na benya afande onye me parliament bio na so o se timo o mama ni nya mugo mafuntino ana nya mu nya no funtino o ntumi hwe ma de ma kwan onkwada na o hede mi to na ka so obeyi ni kotokum sika no da ye reshaping admo wo person mama nkum nyanzi o so abedi mama asmeni firo and that's more ba no o ka obobo na wa kwan wa ye since that's more ba na do today 4 years ni even at all so won ne kasempo na asma ka chen nya gira to free ana nya no mind na ba na atso nti o ye bibi ala onye yi am the busumini mama asmeni ababa dabas na ye meeting I show you there when obama wa ye when yakopon chada asmeni abama ori when fact yen waje yen pan na obotum aye na
Saturday me basene kwaye program bi wo nyanya no na ehwa amona donko a watoto asa ekwani do ekwani mesu waye na ehwa nkofa wogu nyanya no krom at about 50 prata. The contractor is not being fair to the good people of Ninyano. No, I'm a big problem. I'm not Munti. And whatever the case, Mangasa Mukotokum Sika, but the Baba Namada Basha there, you be grade the Kwano, at least you Kwano, incorporate to my Kwaba, because the time contractor Nangasa bed over the site. Now, it being out of there being, I'm a year there. You're one member of parliament. No, to organize in Kwafu. There was a demonstration about a month ago. Me see them coffee by a demonstration or find it. On 2 minutes, Kadima coffee the one organized on one by demonstration. Now 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. It be year to come on fund them. Neither be to find not a mayor MP. Not calling one for my contract. Not on short distance today from Ninyano Kakaba to Ninyano. At least every 6 months to be able to get the best of them so that the good people of Ninyano can go and come. Now they MP for 3.5 years, 4 years, almost 4 years. They be a mayor Kwanu could do, where asphalt could do. The same thing in quantity. Our in Council of Parliament, your friend and contractor in Masai. Our Rose Minister in Kwanwa. Also in his country who come on fund. Make a you and met city and met the Mukotokumska and there. Make a you Kotokumska. Come on fund Nangasasa, you go Muna, photo, this is my grade and a grader on my man. No, so to me, it is Canada, that's Okotokum. Inti, your best amount for. Ninano woman chado 7 December. One mama tremendous admiral. If you are and on your cross there, what about you and to me? What about to me? Another
Nancy mo kwa befo in 10 times swa. A year Dutch passport any Ghana ye PhD no. And once and some na el koso el honomo a year ukwa TikToker. A year Dutch a year Abranta baba ko de be bia no se a year Dutch passport won fa so ese a year Ghana PhD. Ninia NSL no a year Dutch passport wukita utimi ekwa bebia na so PhD Ghana PhD no wukita edwuma mpo no kwa manane a wonye bi enye ewo no toilet na obekwa aka bepem na so Dutch passport no wukita mpo na wukita wo papa toilet a ho wonfa so bosensa wukita eye PhD ewo Ghana wey na amaye mampan dada John Dramani Mahama aba mwanti no baka say wey ni so mboni nia no onfa mbo bia aban oteso na ama na akaba ne sa so hwe toto ne yoma yie eyi eye amanyosam eto ncha ijire ne ho eboa Ghana mbebunu anasa Ghana otutu nyoma yi a nka bibisa no enkoso ewo abefo ntenta no so owie ye na odi tu dwa se mo bibia enji ntumi se ye Dutch passport na wo fa so ese eye PhD no esan se so wukita Dutch passport na wukito na so no ehumesua wesua ehye wutirim no obia entumi mbia wutirim no yi emfimu eni ti de akwaso na Ghana fo no omunya abutre na bibia ebeye yi.
Corruption, nepotism, brazen theft, waste of national resources, impunity, and general criminality have become the hallmarks of Ghana's current government. There is widespread despair and anguish amongst our people, leading to an active debate that I have followed recently on our social media about whether securing a foreign passport to do menial jobs in Europe is better than holding a PhD in Ghana.
Passport, any PhD emo.
A PhD is about learning and education. A visa is an opportunity to travel and reside somewhere. But you forget that where you are residing, there are people with PhDs too. And the comparison is not between their PhDs and the fact that you are residing in their country. Learning and education is the most important resource a human being can have.
Yakwa asante mantemu a air race course edwadi bia ewo honom na manfo mo honom no omo emba no titiri kase eye NPP amanyoko no omo running mate no omo sre Dr. Bawumia ene na adan kwa Akufo-Addo pasa so omo tinafom no omo dwen nyipa obetumi ebedi running mate omo sre omo a eye chief of staff no omo emfamanesansa maame na adwi nimpa ho omba eye running mate anas omba ye abedi chemfama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ekrampo no se eja eto race course dwadi bia ansa na mpanyimfo ebetu omunan edu na maame na edu wonom dadada enu ntiri omo sra na so oyi running mate anas oyi na bedi echira obesra no chief of staff no ono ena omo pe oyi ono esanso omo hwe ne ye do omo ni tufo ma endis amenyo konumpo no sabia omo eyi oba enu nti omo so no omo pe oba
Santifo asantimem ye ne ka bia ewom enti ye sra se wo munyi ye ma me frem opale ne nyere ye ho ne yento aba ne ma NPP ne emreki
ye hwa mema na device na che ye hunu hwe enti hia se ema no so de omadwen ye de eba ne ye hwe de ebeboa because obegiri se ema de se ema etimi twidom ye de Emma fertility stress ye nyina fe support entire obanachi
yes ya nana empanimfo so omuka omutimi epam ho a omunyi ye maame na omabua na afa so ye maame ntwane ni emehwe race course Dr. Bawumia yes wadawroma sa woka utipam ho na wuyiyi a ye maame opale na wono focus a ema nyina betimi ano
ye hwese de osido ema ye hwese de eja BBC ewo ha party ni kan mo ne maame na di kan aba no obaye na afam die kra ansa na party na ba nti ye sre e de ama party mpanimfo omo mo kan bia wo mu ye de asetrete na eto onim se ene due ya ye twasi ha ye se ne se omo ankom kotodwe ni mu a omo nhwe na yenyi maame frema no bobo ba omi atidom
na ni kum ha ho wo ye wo ba wo dwene ho ye bibi se akra nya maaye no edwai emuhia ona baba apatama ye ba bia ye tete ho sey a ona be ye ma ye wo ye wo ba wo dwene ba ho woni mu ma ha wo enti media de me sra ne se eye ye nua mo party ba kwekro mu
yakwa hafo mantemu a Ghana Armed Forces ejumeku omo honom e de adesrade eto ankra omunsemu ewo bi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene nadanko Akufo-Addo ene na aban ese omo atena ye wo honom no ehu be hia se ombebebe sesie bebi e de amomo ko honom ekedu omudwuma omo anye bebi edu omuti e de ato
bebi ebeda hia pa bebi ebeda because yenye papa anda ema adwuma no so enkoyi nti se monfo o ma just sombe buan e be sere seka o ma buan e wo edansie mu because sisi ye doso no ye babo ntin se be ye adwuma ehia bi e be da ye de tent ye da tent mu ye se da tent mu na mum se nya permanent structures so a e buan e ma itimi betena ho che na se bi asem si a afa ne be fisunyane etuka fisunyane ba be some hours ubaba na esina si awi zie wodan papa wa ha na edamu say tento say preferable say den on e permanent soldiers e wa ha no mo eboa e o security
mont one of the partners o ma boy pa in the maintenance of security in the region. For example okobe di say Biankwanta divisional police command o ma boy EC kakra na ewie se oba go so police station no am say iswa cells no nipa me sakura ntimi nkom arrangements are the way say oboboy am see fresh one afi so I was say military no young presence wa ha since aban amayebi omo temporary station at mim or say permanent residence ni mo ntafatro mo so
so ewo insafufuo mu amanfo ebekaya eyegomo ojobi na asemu ayawsabia omudi yamrasam omode maame bi ekwekotu enfomu emamaame na ehwere ne nkwa no CPP national chairman ekwo hono mo kepiem hono no ena odi tudwa se onfa so mo no emfa mbo bia se asoye ayawsabia na omudi sa yamrasam na odi so mbo ni ni adebo omo se omo antoto omo yamaye omuni eyetema ewa ayawsabia hono mo enunti na amano akabane sana afeso bia omode maame no ekwekotu ye nu empo no sabia asoridan eben wonom ti sabra no ene asofo ene members omkwa asoro honum so sabia na omo wahinka omo so no ombetumi age maame no nkwa ede amano
asori ene wahano asori dan could the church have taken this lady and put her in the church compound? And now we no dey me by any say when I saw her dying moments me who say in cranny any nam ne ho ontimi sorry nyane or papa no because POP no cranny no hye ma what would she do heninti na ye ba ha ne no ye ba ha na my spirit perceive who may be my minute.
The doctor tum oma kwan de won for yarefo fanim besi ojobi sebe wadan rebasumpo a krowra wa ha asamerima wa ha police wa ha wa ma obibia na so ante na obegiam duto okeke de won fanim ko ojobi de ho na ofi
anape ni die mu ansama ebobo ano ma mede ba so sa anape no nsia kase aba no aha na baba me kwan ma medi ni nia no medi esi na nsamo a edi mu akotin ebi enie asoye a omohwe ndwuma yeso employment ministry eka page media to the world day against child labor huntuma ewo Jamestown won kampopuni mantem no mo esra se mra ebeta sa adwumedie no eho no mpayfo enhwe no mumye mesansa nkwara omuteti omofa ahodi eso ewo man mu no adoso local government minister ekepiemu ewo etifido mantemu mputojuma ekọ ho no kwapro ho de nani kwhweye senior contractors no omugusu edi djuma no ewo ho no mo Sa asoso na Dr. Kingsley Amoako edi nsem bi atudwa ewo compact convention ase one odi tudwa say fapema Ghana ye betumi agina so ayansa kraye ewo ye ne economy no emu no sabia Ghana ya hwere saade no ensam afofra bi ka we hu na ne pemeje pene ede beba so mo sa no pene osiaka se ewo property daybreak show so mi america se ede somo edi ameje so eye efia insura aseda enko ema logic phones omo ena ehwe ye bu mechidom ema mitumi edikasie ede baye ede beba smoke eye bright ehye MC a no hwe ye de bibia tutu mu ede maame sa esoso na ben shaibu ene yima ehwe me camera ene sound ede maame jedru so eye agokensie mu nsam kapito bobo kapito de ede baba ede abesomo ohia property daybreak show ena eto so anope kai se ewie mu yede eye love web lunch no ebe hihya so enu ntino mesero so wunkachi mu video no edi efri ha